Hello, folks. Welcome to another edition of An Hour with Bob. We're doing a Thursday afternoon show. It's what day? The 11th of December. I did a show yesterday, and here I am back again today because we got some good guests, and I wanted to get them in before the end of the year. Ethan Shorey from
Yes.
the Valley Breeze.
Thank you for having me.
I remember having your original editor on the show here years ago.
Oh, wow. Marcia?
No,
Oh, the publisher, Tom, maybe?
Tom, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
a long time ago.
Yep.
Marsha's been on here years ago. She used to be with the Pawtucket Times
She
a long
was,
time ago,
yes.
right?
Yep,
Many, many years ago.
many years ago.
Hey, you're a busy guy. I see all the stuff you write about my town, city, Pawtucket.
Yeah, I love reporting on Pawtucket. It's
There's a
very
lot to
busy
report
now.
about, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Now, what do you want to start with? You want to talk about, first of all, let's talk about you.
Yeah,
Where you
sure.
from?
I live in Cumberland. I'm originally from North Attleboro, Mansfield, Massachusetts, so not far away. And I live with my wife and 3 kids in Cumberland now. Lived there since 2009.
How long you been in the media business, the newspaper
I've been at the
business?
Valley Breeze my whole career, so it will be 20 years in April.
Cut it out, really?
Yep, and I started in North Providence, and we started the Pawtucket edition in 2009 when I moved to Cumberland, and I've been reporting on Pawtucket ever since.
Because it used to be just one Valley Breeze, the Blackstone Valley, right? A long time ago.
Originally in '96, it was Cumberland Lincoln, and then they started the Woonsocket North Smithfield edition 10 years later.
Then there's a North Providence too, right? Isn't
Yep,
it?
and then they bought the Observer and North Star, and turned those into Breeze papers when I started in 2006. So it's 5 newspapers now,
Yep.
and I'm kind of guiding the efforts on all 5 of them. So
Well, it's great because it picked up where all these other newspapers like the Pawtucket Times, the Woonsocket Call,
yeah,
Fall River.
yeah, it was a good opportunity for us to kind of fill in where I can be a weekly newspaper and still know that I'm going to have scoops because other people aren't going to report on them. Where it used to be, we'd have to try to find second week headlines and a different angle. Now I can report on something this week, next week, and not have to worry too much about somebody else reporting on it. So,
Plus, you can give a more in-depth
yeah, exactly.
review of
Take
whatever
some
you're
time,
reporting on.
follow-up phone calls, things like that.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like when you're talking about, I'm learning stuff about my own city here, about these mills in Pawtucket and
Yeah.
how many of them, and not only the mills, but all the new construction.
New construction filling in all the gaps between the mills in that
Yeah.
downtown area. Yeah.
Like on Barton Street, all by the
Yep.
best thing, and we talked about it off camera, the best thing Pawtucket ever did, or did in a long time, was build that train station.
Yeah, it was a 15, 20 years of planning. They talked about that thing for a long time, and they had considered putting it where the old train station was.
Right. But
I guess-
the problem with that is because it overhangs the railroad tracks, right?
Yeah, they were going to remove that, I think, but part of it was just the curve in the tracks was too much. So this is a nice long straightaway, and I was there when it was just concrete and weeds, and now it's there's a mill is about to be sold right next to the train station, and then another new project.
Which one? Is that Pansy Weaving? I
It's-
remember them all.
I forget the name
all
of it.
the names
offhand,
of the
But
mills.
it's 258, I think, Pine Street, or 248 Pine Street.
248.
258 is vacant, and that's going to be a residential project too. So, but yeah, you see new construction everywhere over there right
Yeah.
now. So
Right on Dexter Street, right almost at the corner of Dexter and Goff.
yeah,
What is that? That's a big
71
five-story.
Dexter Street Commons, which is, I forget how many, 100 something maybe.
It's a good-looking building. I like the
yeah.
structure. They did.
They're
it's
trying to
not-
fit
just
it
not
in
a
with
sloppy.
the scenery. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty well done. And then you got where Union Warden. Union Warden.
Yep, they're adding on to 125 Goff Avenue. So literally thousands of new residents are going to be coming in to the city. So be interesting to see how they acclimate with the culture here, and hopefully it won't be too much of just people from Boston
Right.
going back and forth and
Right.
raising the rents here. I think the city could probably do a little bit more with trying to maintain affordable housing and promoting that within some of these developments, so it's not just luxury lofts and things like that.
Well, don't they have to do a percentage? I guess that, or should I guess that's only if they take federal money, right?
Right, so they considered doing that. The city council a few years ago considered making some sort of requirement, but they never did that.
They didn't.
Right, so the good thing is some of them kind of try to keep them affordable on their own. So the ones who are doing the one right next to the train station, 125 Goff Ave, tend to be more affordable than some of the other ones. So, and then the retail aspect of it too, that's important. So I think 3 of the ones right next to the train station are going to have
First floor,
commercial spaces.
commercial space
So,
on the first floor, right?
Yep. So,
Now, how, with all these new places coming up, how's it going to affect the school systems?
I don't really think it's going to affect it a lot, just because I don't see a lot of families moving in here.
You think they're mostly people working from,
The ones I
working in
see in
Boston?
the existing ones near the train station are all young couples. I think people,
right,
once they have kids, it's just not conducive to having kids. There's
Right.
no playground to take them to, or even like a lot of green space to like throw a ball around or anything like that.
Right.
So people tend to, maybe they have a baby and then
Then
move
they
out
move out.
a year later or something.
right. So that's going to be for, we used to call them hippies, or not hippies, yippies.
Yippies,
Yippies back
yeah.
in the day, right?
Yep. No, I think it'll be good for the city, but I think it's really important to have these developments be part of the local culture, and in any way possible try to not just have them be commuters. But it's a balancing act, because a lot of them are there because they don't want to own a car, or they want to use the train, so they are naturally going to be leaving the city every day. So, but yeah, good for Pawtucket, good for tax revenue for sure.
Right, yeah. Well, they still raised my taxes last year,
Yes, they did. Yeah.
substantially, I might
Yeah.
add.
All these schools they keep building, you gotta,
And by the way, they built this huge school that's going to take over for both Tolman and Shea. I still call it Pawtucket West, by the way. That's where I went to school.
Yeah.
I didn't go to Shea. I went to Pawtucket West.
yeah.
And they're putting these kids together, and I don't know. I think that's got to be a problem, especially initially.
It could be. I don't think there's the same level of animosity between some of those kids
No?
as there once was. I don't think so.
Well, how about the football team and the basketball team?
Well, that's a healthy rivalry, right? So
Well, not so healthy when they're in the same building.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, I think they're going to go down to one team, I imagine.
Right, right.
So it'll be interesting to watch that. And then you have the JMW thing. I don't know if that's been decided yet, whether that's going to be part of the school too.
What's
Jackie
JM?
Walsh, which is the charter school,
Oh,
the
yeah.
art school
Right,
across the
right.
street. They didn't really want to be part of it. I'm not totally sure if that's been decided yet, if they're going to put that in there as well. So,
Oh, so then
Lots going
they'd
on.
become a powerhouse then,
yeah,
right? With all those kids together.
should be a really good football team, especially. So,
You would,
basketball.
yeah, you would think so.
Yeah.
Now, I read one of your articles about, talking about the school department, how they have, what, a $10 million deficit?
Supposedly, but not supposedly. I shouldn't say that. They have a $10 million deficit estimated at this point. I've been around for long enough to have seen a lot of those deficits kind of disappear very suddenly. So it'll be a mix of things, but I think some of the school committee members were upset that they just said, this equals 100 full-time teachers.
Right. Or a school,
Yeah.
or knocking down the school,
Or
right? Or
knocking
not
down the
knocking
school,
down,
yeah.
but moving out of a school.
So there's a lot of ways to, I think central office has increased by 40 people.
Right,
And those tend to be
Why?
higher salaries to begin with.
right.
I'm sure many of those positions are needed for various reasons.
A lot of deputies.
And then the funding formula, the way it works is like Cumberland was well short of what the money they needed, and suddenly they're like, oh, you're getting 600,000 more, and it was just based on student populations. So you could see a huge influx of 100 kids, and suddenly you have a bunch more revenue. So I have it's right now it's a $10 million deficit, and we'll see what that's like. And then you add in the fact that a lot of times these school departments have big surpluses at the end of the year. So they build
Well,
in.
10 million is a big, a big
Yeah, that's
negative.
true. But sometimes they're building in $2 or $3 million surplus because they're planning for the worst case scenario
Right, right.
on healthcare, on
Because they have to use all their money, right?
right.
Or give it back if they don't
Right.
use it.
Yeah, so they're building up their surplus and their savings, which is a good thing. But the point of the chairman and a lot of other people is that the city hasn't increased its share all that much over the years. So it'll be an interesting spring for the budget season. But
What's the difference between the communities? Now, you handle just Pawtucket or
no,
all of the Blackstone Valley?
It tends to be bigger numbers financially in like places like Pawtucket or Woonsocket. So like if you go to a North Smithfield Town Council meeting, they're fighting over $1 million, and we don't want to see our taxes raised, and they'll talk about the same project for 7 or 8 years, where I think it's easier to spend money
In a bigger city.
In a bigger city. There's federal dollars. There's a lot of things that play into it. But it is interesting to see the difference between what people care about in the different communities.
Right.
Homelessness is a huge
Oh, my
thing.
God.
Like, there was one woman in Cumberland near the train tracks who was like accosting people, and the whole town was upset. And it's like Woonsocket's got hundreds of them, and they're talking about building a new shelter, and or they just did add a new shelter. And so the point of some leaders in Woonsocket is we don't want to be the landing place for all this. You surrounding towns like Cumberland should start doing something about this. And Cumberland's like, well, they're not really hanging out here, so it's not really our responsibility. But I think maybe there's in some communities they're like, hey, you should check out Woonsocket, or you should
Right.
check out Pawtucket. They've
Right,
got
exactly.
resources for you.
Right.
So I understand the point of Pawtucket or Woonsocket being, we don't want to be the landing spot for everybody.
Right.
We're happy to take care of homeless people, or unhoused
Our
people.
fair share, do our fair share, but other communities have
Right.
to chime in.
Right, yeah.
But I do see that happening in Pawtucket. I see an awful lot of people that I've never seen before.
Yeah, so I deliver the papers also in the downtown area, and so very early Wednesday mornings, I see kind of like the volume of people just sleeping under overhangs, like even in front of the Pawtucket Library, and it's very sad.
Oh, God, yeah.
And people don't realize how hard it is. Like the other morning was really cold, and they're just trying to stay warm. And people are like, "Oh, it's a choice," and like they have it so easy, and they're just making a lot of money and panhandling.
What do you mean they're making a lot of money?
Panhandling.
Oh.
It's people aren't very. I think a lot of people aren't very good at putting themselves in somebody else's shoes.
Right, right.
And there's all sorts of issues, mental illness,
Right.
Whatever the case may be.
Addiction.
Or just unfortunate, like I've been in that position where a string of really bad things happened to my family financially, and so you put too many of those things together and you have nothing, and
Right.
then you have a debt that you can't get out of, and you can't afford to live in your apartment anymore. So it's a very complex issue that demands a lot of different ways of approaching it, addressing it. So
On the lighter side, the soccer stadium.
yeah,
That's been a success so far.
I think it kind of exceeded everybody's expectations.
Certainly mine. I didn't think
Yeah.
I didn't think very much of it.
So I'm not a big soccer fan, or I haven't been in the past. My son is big on soccer, and I went to 4 games this year, and I was also a big Paw Sox fan. And I would say,
yeah.
a huge Paw Sox fan. My uncle took me a lot as a kid. It was a better experience going to the soccer games, and I didn't anticipate that. It was much more lively.
Yeah, but there's no scoring.
There's not, but there's something about it being there, and like
I'm joking, by the way.
yeah, no, it's a good point. There were a lot of 0-0 games this year.
I was there for the opening.
Yeah.
And it was a 0-0 game.
Yeah. So I do think they could find ways to encourage more scoring.
Right.
Get rid of offsides, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Soccer fans will hate me for saying that.
Right, right.
But something to be more reasonable on the offsides. Like it's crazy how little scoring there happens sometimes. But then the purists will say, "Oh, you just don't understand soccer. It's a beautiful game." And I do, having been to some games now.
Yep.
I kind of see it. And so I took my daughter on Taylor Swift night, watched the fireworks. They're doing a lot to around, like the Paw Sox were doing at the end before they left, is a lot of activities before, during the game to encourage families to just enjoy the experience. So she got to get her face painted and make a bracelet and all this stuff as part of it. So for her, it was win a prize, spin the wheel, win a prize. So it's not just going to a soccer game. It's the food, it's the music, it's the halftime entertainment with the kids on the field trying to win prizes, the hype videos on the scoreboard, all that sort of stuff. I don't think anybody ever went to the Paw Sox for the product on the field, like other than maybe seeing David Ortiz rehab.
Right. I saw a lot of people rehab there.
Yeah.
Or play there.
Yeah.
I saw both Jim Rice and Freddie Lynn started there.
Yeah. No, I mean, when the stars would come, it would be a huge crowd. But you're not going to a minor league baseball game like hoping that your team is going to pull it out. I mean, I guess some people are big fans of minor league baseball.
Right.
But minor league sports, I think, have always been more about just hanging out with your family and enjoying the experience. So.
And it was very inexpensive back in the day, too.
It was.
Very inexpensive.
Yeah, it was really.
It was like $4 to go see a game. It was crazy. Ben
depending
Mondo
on-
was the best as far as that was concerned. He wasn't in it for the money.
It was such a great experience. Yeah, so the soccer stadium is definitely more expensive than that, but I didn't find it to be over the top.
Right. What's the shirt?
Oh, blood donor. I gotta go in the next couple days. I'm
You got to go. How
I'm an O
often?
negative blood type.
Oh, you're one of them.
Yeah.
One of
So
them
they're
rare
always
ones,
calling
right?
me. They call me the second
bet
I'm
they
eligible
do.
again. So. I joke with them when I go. I'm like, I ignore your phone calls for a few days. I know you're calling me. Don't be offended, because sometimes you're just busy and you can't go the second you're eligible to go.
Well,
so.
how often can you go? Once a month?
I think I think it might be about 3 months.
Oh, once every 3 months?
I think so.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't know that, because I've never given blood. I hate needles, absolutely hate needles.
Yeah.
So I ain't giving blood. They'd have to strap me down.
No, it's important. There's definitely a shortage, especially of O negative blood. So I feel a certain obligation to go and.
Right. Well, especially because you have that blood.
Yep, and
Right?
they are sure to remind you of how much they need your blood. So, but yeah, it's fine. I'm not really afraid of needles. So, but many people have told me that they are, and I completely understand why they would be.
Well, I had one break in my arm when I was a kid.
Oh yeah.
And a big one, the old IV needle when they used to put them in.
Oh yeah, that would do it. Yeah, for sure.
And the nurses went crazy, and a doctor had to come in. They
Oh,
cleaned up
man.
the blood with towels. That's how bad it was.
Oh,
And I was like 6 years old at the time.
I can
so
see why you don't want it.
I don't like
Yeah.
them. I even have the butterfly needle. I'm a sissy. I even have them use a little tiny butterfly needle.
Oh goodness. Yeah.
Instead of putting the whole thing in there
Yeah.
with the little tubing.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't like it at all. So I would never do what you do.
Yeah. Well, it's not for everyone for sure, but
What's news literacy mean to you? What does that mean to you?
news literacy is people understanding how to consume news, and I think a lot of people have kind of lost that ability. They can't tell the difference between, say, a opinion column, or a story, or they don't understand how to figure out if this is from a really biased source based on just the type of words that are used. Like if you said, for instance, if I use the word just, he was just doing this, or it was just $10.
Right.
Like that's inserting opinion into, and some of those words still
right,
get
yeah.
in sometimes, but
And it was just.
right. Or
What he did was
there were
just.
there were only 5 people at the meeting. Well, who are you as the journalist to say that that's not very many? Like maybe it wasn't a very interesting meeting.
Right.
So, and maybe those
Or maybe that's a
3 or
quorum.
5 people, right? And so just sort of educating people on who don't really, the traditional sources of media, they're not used to anymore. So it's very fractured. Everybody's getting their information in a lot of digital formats and getting all their news from an opinion podcast and things like that. So I teach some classes just to kids. Sometimes adults aren't interested in learning this sort of stuff. So I teach some classes to kids about, like, these are the different parts of a newspaper, and this is how you figure out if what you're reading is accurate, and this is how you fact check what you're reading somewhere else, which I think is really important in this kind of crazy information age where anything kind of goes, kind of the Wild West of information right now.
Yeah, it must drive you crazy when you see this stuff on Facebook that you know is not true or real.
Yeah, the social media giants have really contributed to it, and Facebook has gone completely in this, like, I guess 50% of the, I've heard, don't want to say this for sure, but something like half of the videos are AI generated now.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah. So, and it's like the things people think are real on there. That's part of what I mean by media literacy. It's just like, look, have some critical thinking, and
Right.
if you see a giant cruise ship crashing into the land and all these people falling overboard, like, that would be a
Unless
big,
it's in Italy.
right. But that would be a big worldwide news story, and
Right.
and you're watching people not, like, even splash into the water, so clearly it's fake video, and all these people are reacting to it like it's real. So it's frustrating to see sometimes how little people want to think about their news.
Well, they don't want to think, period. I think.
And things that fit their narrative already, and Facebook and other social media outlets understand that, and they're going to feed you more based on the algorithm of what you enjoy and what you agree with.
Right.
So then that reinforces it. People are often never getting a different perspective or saying, oh, I hadn't thought about it that way. It's just like, it feeds the anger, the anger sells, and
Yeah,
the anger gets shares and clicks, and
It's almost like feeding an addict because you're feeding them
It
the
really is.
same type of stuff all the time.
And I've seen very good friends of mine from growing up become very extreme in their views because YouTube just keeps feeding them the same quack doctor saying the same weird stuff. And I'm like, you were a really smart person
Yeah,
before.
you used to be.
and they've just sort of let it take over their life, and it's sad. So
Wow. You see what Australia's doing now?
what's that?
They're under 16. You can't have internet.
Really?
You can't have social media.
Wow, that's probably a good rule. I wrestled with him with my son. We finally got him a phone when he was 13, and we were just feeling the pressure from other people. But I see how it affects him, for sure. But he doesn't have any social media. Well, we let him have YouTube because he wanted to create. But there's a lot, like, of chatting on there. It's
Right? Yeah.
Everything's social media
Plus,
now.
plus we talked about, I don't know, did I say it on camera, about the incident, what's going on now with social media? They're
Yeah, you were
crashing
telling
into
me that.
houses,
Yeah, that's crazy.
kicking the door. There was a guy on the radio this morning, and I know it's legit. He was being interviewed, and he was talking about how he's with his family, his wife and his kids, and they're watching a movie, and somebody kicks the front door in, and these 3 or 4 young guys charge in the house. I mean, and then they just run off. They jump in their car and they
That's
take
wild.
off.
Yeah,
That's
terrible.
very dangerous.
Really is. Well, we wrote a story, I think it was Smithfield a few months ago. Over the summer, they were lighting themselves on fire and jumping off of the railroad trestle into the water. And somebody did it too slowly, and he got
He's going to get burned.
severe burns. So
He missed. How about they're going off the tracks and they slip and they don't hit the water?
I know, yeah. Anything can happen. You burn alive. Like, is it worth it to you? I don't know.
And these kids charging into a house, I mean, it would be very easy for them to get killed. Very easy. They hit the wrong house.
Yeah, absolutely. There's all sorts of stuff like that. The Tide Pod challenge. I don't know how real that was, but
The what?
the Tide Pod where they were
Oh, ingesting them?
Yeah,
Yeah, then they're worried about little kids doing it.
right. Yep. Just seeing something online and like, oh, that looks cool. So, Yeah, it's an interesting-
What's your background in news, in media? What's your...
This is it. This has been my whole career.
The whole
so far.
career, huh?
Yeah. So.
But you've done it. You do a lot too. You don't do like 1 or 2 stories. You do a bunch of stories.
No, I do probably 15 or 20 a week, and
How do you keep it in your mind?
I've gotten faster over time, for sure. And I have a lot of people who tip me off to stories,
Right.
so that's really helpful. And then you can think back to a story. Oh, I did that back in 2013. I can give a little history here,
Right.
really easily. So it gets easier with time as you cover a place more and more. People kind of trust you more and
Right.
send you tips and information, and and sometimes like you just the train station one. Sometimes it's just knowing where to look. So I knew there was a lot going on around the train station, and I was like, what can I find for a new angle? So I just looked up some of the addresses nearby to see if they had sold recently, and that's how I found the 248
Right.
Pine Street had a pending on it. So then I just called the guy. He responded right away, and I had my story. So then I could take the picture I had taken the day before of the sunrise with the different developments happening and kind of meld it all together fairly easily. So some of that comes with experience and just knowing how to,
Well, you've been doing it long enough, so you know.
yeah.
It's like me doing this show, 33 years.
You're a natural, and I hear you're a Hall of Fame member now, too.
Twice over, actually.
Nice.
I just got into the Pawtucket Hall of Fame.
Congratulations.
But thank you. But last year I was inducted into the Rhode Island
Oh,
Heritage
yeah,
Hall
that's
of Fame.
right. You're in 2 of them now. Are there any more for you to get into?
I hope, well, it scares me because that usually means you're at the end, you know.
Oh, no.
Coming to the end. You know, I've been doing this a long time.
How old are you?
Too old.
Ah.
Too old.
I shouldn't ask that. Not polite.
That's right. Well, listen, I got to have you back again because
Yeah.
we got more stories. I want to talk to you about some of your stories. I'm
Definitely.
going to put together a list of some of the stories I'm going to come at you with.
Okay,
In a nice way.
definitely.
In a nice way.
You don't even have to be nice. I'm good with it.
No, I'm nice. I try to be nice.
Nice.
My show, my reputation is I don't come after anybody.
All right.
Unless they come after me.
No, I've seen your shows. You're very nice.
All right. Well, thank you for stopping by
Appreciate
and
it.
spending a half an hour with Bob.
Yeah, I'll be back.
All right.
Thank you so much.
And he'll be back. Ethan Shorey, is that how you pronounce it?
Yep.
We'll be back on an hour with Bob. Hang on, we'll be right back with Ken Lee Buck of NBC 10. Where do you meet this young lady? You've seen her. We'll be right back. We're back on an hour with Bob, and look who's with me.
Hello.
Kennedy Buck of NBC 10.
NBC 10, turn to 10.
Hi, how you doing?
Hello, good afternoon. How you doing? First time meeting in person.
That's right.
Yes.
And you know why I wanted you on the show? I
Why?
love your personality.
Oh, thank you.
I love you have enthusiasm and you have charisma.
Thank you. I tried. Sometimes the days get to you, but you got to keep the smile.
Yeah, especially what you do, some of the stuff you do. It's got to be
Yes.
tough when you as bubbly as you are and friendly as you are, sometimes you got to, you have the stories that are not that
Yeah,
fun.
you got to turn the smile off and just kind of, keep solemn depending on the story. But I have a great team around me, so
Right.
that helps. They keep me steady, make sure, I stay on
Now,
the path.
you don't have to carry a camera, do you?
So sometimes I do.
I know.
Sometimes I am a one-woman show.
I know.
That's the line. They're like, you're all here by yourself, and I'm like, one-woman show today.
Yeah, nowadays that's the
Yes.
case. It never used to be, but
I do it all. Go in, get the story, set up the interviews, write,
Edit.
and then make
you
sure.
have to edit all your own
edit
video?
it, yes. But
What format are they using now?
So now we're on something called Avid, which is, so a lot of stations and people don't know what it is. Most stations use like Adobe Premiere.
Right.
That's a popular one. Final Cut Pro, but we
No,
use
but what
Avid.
kind of the cameras? What are you using? What are you using? Tape? Are you
Oh.
using
I feel like I should know this. I don't know.
Well, you're not
I
the
do-
cameraman.
Well, so I know it's tinier than the ones that the photogs cameramen have.
Right.
I just know mine is the smaller one.
Right, right.
Look, if the engineer is watching this, he's gonna be mad at me. But
Yeah. Well, we'll learn about it. We'll find
right,
out.
right.
We'll,
I'm gonna go look now.
we'll find out about it. Where'd you go to school?
So I went to Hampton University in Virginia. It's a
Right.
historically black university. So
And majored in?
journalism, broadcast journalism.
Wow.
Yes, minor in political science.
My major, your
yes.
minor.
I feel like when you do journalism, you have to have a minor of another knowledge
Right,
or
right.
field, political science, knowing politics and history, that knowledge. Sociology, which is what you said
Was
your
my minor,
minor
yep,
was.
yep.
History, something like that, I feel like goes hand in hand.
Right, yeah, exactly. And where'd you grow up?
So I grew up in Bowie, Maryland, which is Prince George's County. I always say 30 minutes outside of DC. That's when people kind of like, oh, okay, but they don't know where it is.
I am the only Baltimore Oriole fan that you'll meet.
Wow.
That's a Rhode Islander.
Wow.
I've been a Baltimore Oriole fan since the middle 60s.
Wow. I'm not even a Oriole fan.
No?
No. My dad is from Philadelphia.
Oh, no.
So we grew up loving all the Philadelphia sports, the Phillies, the Eagles.
Are you a big Eagle fan?
Big Eagles fan.
They've had a
We're
last...
a little rough this year. But
What's
Super
three?
Bowl, we were Super Bowl champs. So
That's right.
Don't mess
Yeah,
around
but wait a
with
minute.
us.
We were Super Bowl champs. I'm a Patriot fan.
But we
were Super Bowl champs a few times.
Yeah, but the Eagles did beat the Patriots.
Yeah,
one
they
Super
did.
Bowl, okay,
They did.
with Tom Brady. Okay, so
Yep. That was one time they did.
yeah, you're.
That's only
right,
one
right.
time they did.
I know. Let me pipe down. This is New England area. So
That's right.
I know.
That's right.
I already get a lot of hate at work. They're like, okay, the Eagles are not doing well, and they're like Drake May, and I'm like, okay. Yes, but the Patriots are killing it right now. So.
Right. Well, it'll tell something this Sunday when they play the Bills again.
I know.
Because the Bills have to win. The Patriots don't necessarily have to win that game, but the Bills have to win that game. Or they're in trouble.
Yeah, I think the Patriots can do it. I mean, they did it before, so
Right.
we'll
Right.
see.
That's tough to beat a team twice.
It is, especially after they can probably go back and watch what they did
Right,
wrong.
yeah, exactly.
Watch how these players are moving now. So
Plus, they're a good team. Buffalo's a good team.
They are,
And they got a great quarterback.
they do have. I was about to say they have a great quarterback.
one
They
of the
do.
best.
Yeah.
There's no doubt.
Okay, Drake May, watch out.
So how long you been in Rhode Island?
Man, I moved here May of 2024. I don't know why I had to think. It's not that long ago, but over a year.
May 2024, May 2024,
Yes.
year and a half?
Yes, so about over a year and a half. Loving it. I was just telling you, I'm right in Providence, near Pawtucket, but 5 minutes out.
Right, right.
So I love it here. I have family here.
Your family's from, what, Attleboro?
Yes, so I have my uncle and aunt and my cousins, they live in Attleboro. So I grew up coming to this area and family. So I wanted to come home, I guess, in a sense, near
Right,
family.
right.
And then my mom, she used to live in East Providence in her 20s. Not long ago, so let me not say that, but when she was in her 20s, she lived in East Providence. She would hate that I just said that.
Really? Yeah.
Yes, but yeah, and I love New England. I always have. Grew up going to Martha's Vineyard.
Yeah, you like Martha's Vineyard.
Love it. In
Where
the
where in
summers.
Martha's Vineyard? What?
Oak Bluffs.
Oh, yeah.
That's where we stay.
Yep.
I love it. And I tell everyone, I'm like, I meet people who live here, and they're like, oh, we've never been to
Never
Martha's
been.
Vineyard.
And those same people never even been to Block Island.
Why? What are
It's
we doing?
amazing to me. It is amazing to me.
Quick little ferry ride.
Right. Right.
And it's great. And then they just added the Block Island ferry like this, or they made it, no, added a ferry ride to Newport, like $12 too.
I've done it. I did it this summer.
Yeah, me
I did it
too,
this
and it's
summer.
great.
It's the best thing
It
going. You get
is.
right downtown Newport,
I know.
and you can go around. You don't have to park a car.
Exactly.
You go-
24 round trip.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Best thing. I don't know why.
And you can go to Martha's Vineyard from Rhode Island.
Exactly, you can.
From, or is it East Greenwich or North Kingstown?
No, it's to Martha's Vineyard.
Yeah.
I didn't. Well, I go to New Bedford. That's where I get
Right.
the fast
Yeah.
ferry.
Woods Hole. You go to Woods
Yes.
Hole.
No,
Right.
there's one in New Bedford.
There's
you
one
get
in
the
New
fast
Bedford,
ferry.
too? Yeah.
So I go there. So. My aunt, she is from New Bedford, like born and raised.
Yep. I like New Bedford.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
nice.
it's out of the way for people. Rhode
Yeah.
Islanders don't look at it
I was about
that
to
way.
say that's far. I'm there all the time because I cover Bristol County.
I know you do.
Yeah.
I know you do. Yeah.
So I'm in New Bedford, Attleboro, Fall River, all of those places.
I like the harbor down there. They have the biggest. That is, as you probably know, that's the #1 fishing.
Yeah, that's the
fleet
fishing
in
city,
the
the whaling
country.
city. Yes.
In the country.
Yes.
And the whale, by the way, that hangs from the ceiling in the Whaling Museum. When my son was small, my son used to do a show called Zachary's Adventure.
Oh.
He's
how
31
cute.
now, but when he was a kid, and he was recognized by the Guinness Book of Records as the youngest TV show host in the world.
Wow.
Back in the day.
Look
Yep.
at that.
And don't you know, it got finalized. It took me almost, well over a year to get it, sending stuff back and forth to England, to the
wow.
Guinness people. And they finally, because the cable studio had changed hands 5 different times. So I had to get people from each of the 5 ownerships to acknowledge that, yes, he did have a running cable TV show from the time he was 2 years old.
Wow.
And I send it back and forth. I finally get the recognition. They send me the paperwork. They said, just got to have the 2 parents sign it. His mother wouldn't sign it.
So is he in the Guinness Book?
Nope.
Oh, you just went through the process.
Went
and then,
all through, all done. I got the paperwork. I got the, it's a done deal. Just sign, send this back, parental consent, and it's all set. She would not.
Why
do it.
does she not? She didn't want your son's name and info
Yeah,
out
she
there?
didn't want. Oh, she didn't want it out. Yeah, exactly. Well, that's
Okay.
that was her argument. That wasn't the real reason.
I
but-
get that.
You know?
Young son, maybe you don't want the
Yeah.
information out there.
He interviewed a lot of people. In fact, he interviewed. We're talking about that. Julie Andrews.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at him. And that at that young age, or
He was 5, I think, when he interviewed
Wow.
Julie. I used to get him a sports jacket every year as he was growing, and we were in the Westin Hotel, which is now I think the Omni, and I was there on the 7th or 8th floor, and a reporter from Channel 10 was there, and with their cameraman, and they're setting up to do the interview, and Julie Andrews is sitting on a love seat waiting for the interview, and I'm standing maybe 20 feet away with Zachary. He's standing up, he's got the microphone. We had the microphones with the caricature on he had his own caricature, I had my own
Wow.
caricature. That's my caricature.
Yes.
He had his caricature with his face on it. And we're standing there, and I knew the reporter very well. And just getting ready, the cameraman's setting up, he's putting the umbrella up, you know, for the light, putting the light up. And Julie Andrews said to her, "Who's that little boy? What a cute little boy. Oh, that's Bob's son, Zachary." She goes, "I want him to interview me," because he had the microphone in his hand. So
he took her job.
she got up, he sat down, but obviously he don't know what to ask her. So I went over to sit next to him, and she asked, "You mind if he sits on my lap?" And I said, "Well, if he's all right." He sat on her lap, and I leaned over and gave him questions to ask her.
So it turned into a different story for the Channel 10 reporter. Cute little kid interviews Julie Andrews.
Takes my
Right, exclusive.
takes my exclusive. Yeah.
Wow. Oh, he was following in Dad's footsteps.
And I saw that. Yeah. And I saw that tape. I still have that show. I still have that tape.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll have to take a look after.
Yeah. I
Okay.
don't have it with me, but I mean,
Oh.
I have that show,
A link
that
somewhere.
interview with him. And I was talking to my former director, who now lives in Virginia, and we were talking about some of the shows Zachary did in his younger day, and at Knott's Berry Farm, at San Diego Zoo after closing hours. They allowed us in there, which is crazy because the animals go wild as the sun
Yeah.
goes down. I mean, he did a lot of good shows all over the country.
Wow, look
Yeah,
at him. I
as
gotta
a young
take
kid,
notes.
5, 6, 7, 8 years old.
Wow.
And still to this day, people say to me, "Oh, how Zachary must be getting big now." I go, "Yeah, he's 31."
Like getting big. He's fast.
And we're still showing him, still showing his shows.
Oh.
Yeah, they're still on cable.
Wow,
Yeah.
that is too cute. I gotta see one.
So you're a youngin' yourself. I mean, you
Right.
out of college, you landed a job. What? Let me guess. South Carolina.
Yes.
Let me think. Charleston.
Yes.
Charleston,
you had it.
South Carolina.
Charleston.
Channel 4, ABC.
ABC News. Look at you. Okay, research.
And
yes.
wait a minute. There's no teleprompter here.
I know. Yes. For the record, no prompter. This is all in your memory right
And
here.
I still got a little bit left, right? Right? I still
yes.
got a little bit left.
Yes. ABC News 4, Charleston, South Carolina. That was my first TV job right out of college, 2022.
Nice.
That was scary. Scary
Really?
times.
I'm sure it was.
Yes.
Yeah, right
I
out
was
of college.
bumbling, and tripping and stumbling.
Really?
Yes, and then, my voice was probably very, still had the little squeak and everything. Had to mature and had to find my groove. Yes, and then South Carolina, that's hurricane.
Yes.
Hurricane
right.
area
You
down
dealt
there.
with a big
Hurricane
hurricane.
Ian.
Ian, exactly.
That was rough.
Right. Right.
Yes.
And there was something else. What was the other thing you dealt with down there?
Well, as far as storms, or do you mean like other big stories?
Big stories.
I covered the
The-
very
the-
big trial.
The trial, the
Alec Murdaugh?
Murdaugh trial.
Yes.
That's the lawyer, folks. For people
Oh,
who don't
yes,
remember.
the
lawyer that
lawyer
killed his wife and his kid.
Was found guilty for killing his wife.
Well, you
and
can't
his
say.
son.
Don't have to say allegedly anymore.
Yeah,
he got
no, he
convicted.
was found guilty.
He's found guilty. He's in jail now.
Yes.
Kill
even
his wife
before
and
then,
his kid.
Yes, and then
Wow.
even before then was found guilty for all these fraud,
Right,
and money
right, yeah.
laundering charges. So
And he had a huge law firm, a very
huge
profitable
one.
law firm.
And then his dad, and then the dad's dad, family of lawyers. So
Right.
the Murdaugh name was big in that Beaufort County, South Carolina area.
Beaufort County. That's where Beaufort County. Isn't that where the Marines are based? Is it Beaufort County?
I don't know. It was way out from, not way out from Charleston, but we didn't go out there
Beaufort,
too far.
Beaufort, South Carolina is where I think it's where the Marines Paris Island is.
Oh, probably. I've never been there.
I've been there. I did a show there.
Oh, okay.
I was the first person to ever be allowed to bring a video camera to Paris Island, 1992.
Wow, you got all these fun facts.
Some fun facts.
Right, look at that.
Well, we're here for you, not me.
No, but we're getting to know each other. It's
That's
conversation.
right. That's true. That's true. What do you like about the New Bedford, Dartmouth, that area? What do you like about that area?
Ooh, I would say just how different each community is, even though they're in the
Right.
same county. It's interesting when you go to different communities.
Fall River versus New Bedford.
Oh, that's a big one. The difference in the cities is what issues tend to be of more importance in one city than like the other. Fall
Right.
River, I would say a huge topic would be like homelessness. That's always like a huge one. I know they made a mandate, I think it was last year, to clean up encampments. So, that's always a big one. Whereas like New Bedford, I know the mayor, he's always got eyes on him anytime. Immigration is a huge topic in New Bedford because that's a huge immigrant city. So
Right.
a lot of immigrant topics, we tend to go to New Bedford just because a lot of people care
But most
about
of the
that
immigrants
topic.
there are from Portugal or
Portugal.
or the Azores.
Yes, so that's always a huge topic in that area. So it's different to see.
and fishing.
And fishing, yes.
Fishing's
and
a big
fishing.
topic there.
And they have all that work going on in the harbor right now in New Bedford.
Right,
So
yes,
a lot
yeah.
of the fishing isn't going on in the area right now because they're trying to, remodel it and reconstruction going on. So
Well, they got a lot of federal money there to do that
they
dock,
do,
that whole dock there.
yes,
Because it's the biggest
it's
fishing
one of the
port.
top, exactly.
It is
so,
the biggest fishing port in the United
so
States.
Massachusetts favors New Bedford when it comes to the fishing and the water and harbor area because
Right.
they know they bring in that money in that area.
Oh, going full circle now, I did start to mention about the museum there, the whaling museum.
Oh, yes.
The whale that is hanging from the ceiling there, beached here in Rhode Island on the coast, down by Blue Shutter State Beach. And I went down there with Zachary, at the time was about 5 years old, 6 years old, and I mean, it stunk to high heavens, the whales on the shore. And what they did was, and they allowed us to get near it, and Zachary actually touched that whale. They had it all cordoned off, but we got to go right up to the whale. I didn't really want to because, like I said, it stunk so bad, but he wanted to touch
I was about
the
to
whale.
say, that would be me. I'd say,
He wanted to touch the whale. I was dead, of course. And so he touched the whale, and they actually brought in a front end loader. They dug a big hole, and they buried it in the hole. And then a few years later, they dug it up, and now it's just a skeleton.
Wow.
And they put that skeleton is hanging from the ceiling in New Bedford Whaling Museum.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay. I've been there too a few times. Now I gotta go back and
When you walk right
think
in,
of the
right? You walk
story.
in and look up, it's right there.
now re-examine it with different
And
eyes.
say, that came from Rhode Island.
Exactly.
That whale
Okay.
came from Rhode Island. It was a blue whale, I think. It came from Rhode Island.
Now I gotta drop a fun fact next time I'm with someone about this. And they'll be like,
Exactly.
oh, okay, fun fact.
And I know the guy that touched that
Exactly,
whale.
yes, okay.
I know somebody that touched that whale, that
Yeah, look at
stinky
you
old
giving
whale.
me more New England knowledge.
Right, yeah.
I need that.
All right, restaurants
Ooh.
in Rhode Island. You don't have to say.
Okay.
What kind of food do you like?
I'm a big Italian eater,
many
so this
people are,
is, I
yeah.
know, right?
So many
I'm like
people are.
basic, but this is a big area. But you know what? I've fallen in love with, I know this is like a basic restaurant, I guess, here in Rhode Island, everywhere, but love Greg's. There's one right by, there's one right by
I know
my
the
house.
owners of Greg's.
Yes, and then and even cellos. I love cellos
Cellos,
too.
yeah.
So,
I did the Toys for Tots for 24 years. A big event. It was a telethon at the Warwick Mall for 24 years I did. And I'm so sorry I gave it up. I had to give it up. I blew up my knee too many
Right.
times. I couldn't even stand up anymore. But I want to do the 25th year, and I may very well do the 25th year. But why I bring that up is the cellos people were the best.
That's what I love.
Everyone, they have 8 cellos. They used to have
Yes.
9. And every one of them, I put a box in every one of the cellos. And the night of the event, I actually would have to have them come at different times, because if they came 3 or 4 cellos and their workers and all their bags, because they would fill the box up, and then they'd empty it, put a big black construction bag, put that aside and fill up another one. And they'd come, one of the cellos might have 8 bags full of toys, another one
Wow.
6 bags. So I'd have to have them come every 20 minutes during the 4 hours because they would bring so much toys and so many people. And
Wow.
every year, from the year I started, that 24 years earlier, cellos was there for me.
Wow. And that's exactly what I love about cellos. Maybe just Rhode Island, just how this family, maybe it's the small state vibe,
Right.
but it's so family oriented. Everyone knows each other. Like just walking into cellos, you just feel at home. And
Well, that family is from Cumberland.
right. Yeah.
They're from Cumberland, Rhode Island.
So that's nice. That's what I love about even as cellos, Greg's, just that style.
And Greg's, the wife of Greg's was best friends with my sister growing up
Look at you.
as teenagers. And I used to rent a cottage when I was married and my kids were younger in Ocean Grove. You know where that is? In Swansea, Mass?
Yes.
And right on the water. And they had a place like right down the beach, also right on the water. Chris Kelleher was their maiden name.
Oh, wow.
And she married Ted Fuller, who owned Ted's Big Boy back in the day, which was a hamburger joint on 3rd Street, by the way.
Wow.
A long time ago.
I know.
Long before you were born. And he opened Greg's Restaurant. And they ended up both being pilots. And she would call me she did it a few times. She'd call me and say, want to go to lunch? Or where? We're going to Martha's Vineyard.
Hey.
I'd meet her down in Warwick. We'd jump on a plane and go to Martha's Vineyard.
Jump
have
on a
lunch.
plane?
Yes, they were both pilots. The husband and the
Yes,
wife
look
were
at
both
that.
pilots.
Oh, wow.
Or go to Block Island, take a ride to Block Island or something.
I still need to go to Block Island, I'll admit. I haven't been.
You haven't been to Block Island?
No, I have to check it out.
Not as big as Martha's Vineyard.
Oh, yeah, but
But as far as land to natural land, I think percentage-wise, it's one of the conservatory is one of the most biggest land masses that are protected of any place.
but you only have to do, I've been told it's hard to do a day trip there because the ferries stop running, I guess, at a certain time.
Oh yeah, well not stop running, they just don't run as often.
Or like run in the evening, yes.
Yeah, I think they run twice a day. They run in the morning and then at night, but not late at night.
See, that's a
Right.
short time frame.
Yeah, but there's not a hell of a lot to do over there.
That's true, right?
Other than riding a bike around the island.
Right,
I used to take
yeah.
a motorcycle, ride a motorcycle around the island.
Right. It's like, okay, what do you need to do, I guess, that long besides
Right.
eat, hang
And the
out?
bluffs are beautiful. Well, you go to the
Okay.
bluffs, the cliffs, and you can walk down to the cliffs, down to the beautiful beaches
I got to check it out. That's still on my list to visit in the summer.
in the summer.
Right.
You know,
yes.
do it before Labor Day, before Memorial Day, before the
Okay.
crowds go.
Oh, that's a good point. Okay.
You go there early May, you won't have the crowds.
Okay. But then won't it be a little breezy? I don't know.
And May should be good.
Before Memorial Day, it's still a little chilly.
Oh, come on.
Look at me. I was living in the South now.
Yeah.
This is cold.
Yeah, I know.
I'm
I know.
freezing.
Yeah. Well, you'll get used to it.
I've been living here over a year and a half. I don't
But
know.
on the contrary, though, I don't like the warm weather, the hot weather.
What?
I don't like it hot.
See, when it's like scorching, that's when it is a lot, like that humidity. This past summer here was a little rough.
Really? Here?
Here, that heat, yes, I will admit, yes. But I would still take that over this wind and everything any day. Or snow.
But I was just in the Keys, Florida Keys, last week.
Oh, okay.
And it was about my max, 85 degrees. After that, it gets a little too warm for me. I don't want it too warm.
So 83 is your cutoff.
Yeah, well, 85 is my cutoff. I can
Okay.
handle 85 and under. I don't want it over 85. It gets nasty.
It's the humidity that makes
Exactly,
it hard. That's what I
exactly.
don't like. Yeah.
But at least in the Keys, you always got the trade winds because you're nowhere.
true.
You're never more than a football field away from the ocean
That's right.
on the Keys.
Yeah.
Have you ever been down there, the Keys?
I have once, and it was on a cruise. My mom and I, we love
Oh, so you
cruises.
didn't.
It was like a day,
My
yeah.
favorite ride is the drive from Miami to Key West.
How long is that?
Let's see, it's about 150 miles. So
That's long.
3 hours.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
wow.
you go over the 7 mile. At one point, there's a bridge called aptly named the 7 mile. After I'll show you some of my pictures from the.
Okay. Probably the views are really nice while driving.
Oh, the 7 mile bridge is literally 7 miles, and if you catch the sunset during the drive, it's spectacular.
Oh, okay.
And I would always, if I would going down to Miami and go visiting people, Fort Lauderdale and West Palm, whatever, and I drive down to Miami, always rent a convertible. And I take the convertible, put the top down, and drive down to the Keys and catch sunset as you're driving down.
Okay.
And the 7 mile bridge, they built a new bridge, and the old bridge, they cut off the center. So you can go out like 3 miles on each side. You can walk, you can bike, you can fish. Actually, they don't allow you to fish on it anymore. But you can bike on it, you can walk on it. In fact, I met some great people on there
Oh, wow.
because I was staying right in Marathon, which is at the very beginning of the 7 mile bridge. And a lot of people stop there, tourist people.
Okay.
And then take a ride down to Key West where the sun looks like this big. Mallory Square. Oh, you said you did go to
Well, it was like the downtown area, and it was long ago, so I don't know
Yeah.
the exact spots and locations of the
Well,
names.
Mallory
and stuff.
Square is people line up to watch the sunset.
Oh, okay.
And they'll have all these performers there doing all kinds of
I
things.
want to go back. Okay, so that's on my list.
That's a cool
Yeah.
thing. That is a fun thing to see at Mallory Square. You see all these people doing, see a guy with a straight jacket on. He's getting out of the straight jacket. They hang him upside down.
Oh.
A dog walks a tight rope. It's all kinds of crazy things. A guy on a tight rope.
Unicycle or something.
No, this one guy, and he asked me. He wanted a what do you call them? Somebody to come over, volunteer.
Oh, okay.
So, and I didn't know what he wanted me for, so he goes, lay down right here. So I lay down right there. He gets this long rope, big thick rope, and he gets 7 guys on that side, 7 guys on this side, and he has them pulling like a tug of war, and so he can make the rope tight. He climbs on the rope. I'm on the ground. He climbs on the rope, and he starts juggling these things, right? These bowling pins. And then he puts them down. He has somebody hand him 3 knives, big knives. And he starts juggling the knives right over me.
Oh, wow.
And he
Ooh.
says, look at this crazy guy. And I'm
What was
taking
your
pictures.
reaction?
I'm taking pictures underneath him. He goes, look at this. Everybody wants to jump
My
out of the way.
heart would have been out of my chest.
I said, he's got to be that good, right?
No, thank you.
It would make a good story. That's what I
Yes,
figured.
right. It
If
would
I
have
didn't
been.
survive, it still would have been a good story.
Right. Why? That's terrible.
Could have been my best story ever.
That is funny.
So who do you like over there? Who's your favorite person at Channel 10? Do you have a favorite?
Oh, now why are you asking me this? You said no hard questions. That's a hard one. I love everyone.
They're great people over there.
They're so
I love them.
great.
Just about everybody then has been on my show.
Oh, okay, perfect. And everyone has stories. and
Name
just
them. Name
amazing.
who's over there, and I'll tell you if they.
I know you said Dan Janik has been
Yeah.
on your show. Emily,
Emily was just on a
Nick
few months
Russo,
ago.
I watched his.
Yep.
Have you had Patrice?
Patrice Wood was on my other show, Bob's Big Adventure, years ago.
Okay.
All
Have you
right.
had Gene?
Gene holds the record on the
Oh, he's-
show.
okay,
He's
so-
been on the show more than anybody.
Okay. Have you had Leanna Falk? She does the live alert desk anchor at 4 p.m. and then she does the night.
Oh, yeah, of
nighttime.
course, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay, and then there's been a lot of people. John Perrick. Have you had
No,
him?
he's a youngin'. He hasn't been
He
there
started
very
a few
long.
months after me. so-
Right, he hasn't been there very long. Anybody who's been there any time.
Okay.
Like-
Have you had Barb? So you know Barbara?
Barbara? Oh, yeah.
Yes,
And,
love her.
Barbara I was inducted into the Pawtucket Hall of Fame, and she busted me up. She was the master of ceremonies.
Oh.
And while they were, instead of just announcing his Bob Venturini coming in, she went all through this whole thing. She busted me up pretty good.
Okay, so I got to send her this link. I
Oh,
have
yeah,
to tell
yeah.
her that I talked
Tell
to
her you met. Yeah, tell her we met. In fact, she was on this show one night years ago when they used to do a live show, and she lived in Pawtucket. She had 3 young kids. I'm
Yes.
rushing because he's telling me we're out of time. And she's sitting there, and the phone rings. Her phone rings. So I said, "Give me that bag." So the next guest gave me the bag, and it was her phone. And I answer the phone. It's her daughter. She's watching the show, and she goes, "I want to talk to my mother." I go, "Do you know we're on TV?" She goes, "Why, is that live?" I said, "Are you talking to me right now?"
You know, my mom does the same thing. She'll call me like in between commercial breaks, like, "Oh, fix your earrings, fix your hair," and I'm like, "Okay," and then I'm like, "Wait, gotta go." So I get it, you know.
Well, we're going to have you back.
I
because
know, clearly we
I'm
can
breaking
talk.
you in lightly. easy,
Right.
Slowly, so you get to know me. So you know how easy it is over here.
Okay, so this is just my little dip in the pool.
Exactly.
Okay, so I gotta come back.
You have to. You have
Okay.
to. And we got to learn. I got to teach you more about restaurants in Rhode Island, too.
I know, yeah, and more New England facts. That'll be fun.
Yes, yes. Wrap it up, he says. He says,
Okay,
wrap
right,
it
let's
up. I
stop
got something in
talking.
my eye. Well, thank you. I got to thank you first.
Oh yes.
Thank you.
Well, thank
Kennedy
you.
Buck from NBC 10. Now, you're calling yourself, are you the Bristol County?
Bristol County Bureau Chief Reporter, but we all cover Bristol County, but I'm like the go-to person.
Well, you're the
Yes.
person over there. Come on.
That's the title.
You're the person.
Yes,
Kennedy Buck, the person at Bristol County
that's me.
on NBC 10.
Yes, turn of 10,
Weekdays,
Monday through Friday.
Monday through Friday. You're lucky, too. You got a Monday through Friday
I
gig.
know, yeah.
Wow.
But they still move me around. I did early mornings today, so
Did you?
yes,
Early morning?
early morning. Been up since 1:30.
Wow.
So time for bed.
Since
Okay.
1:30?
Yes.
Holy God. I didn't go to bed till after that. Well, thank you for spending
Thank
part
you.
of an hour with Bob.
Well, thank you for inviting me. I'll be back.
You'll be back. And folks, I hope you'll be back on an hour with Bob. Until next time, see ya.
See ya.